Again, I want to thank everyone for being on the webinar today, and why we're so excited to be able to offer up this webinar today is to talk about our new Post and Leap system. We recently had an update for this, and we're so excited because it's able to offer some unique functionality that is very valuable for people when posting individual content to business pages, and more specifically to people that are managing multiple profiles. So if you are a person that's out there today that has multiple business pages that you've got and you're trying to manage content between them that you have, this is a very exciting webinar for you and some very, very exciting functionality. And again, I want to basically take you in here and show you some of that today and how it's unique and how you can share within our specific platform. If you start off here in our total social media application, let's say I'm just going to click on general here. Again, I could have picked on any industry. And I'm basically going to go into our application. This overall portion of our program today isn't about all the other things that we offer in our total social media application, like being able to build cover photos or coupons or business pages, or being able to throw up individual sweepstakes from our side that we've got from our end. What it's about is being able to offer up, and again, let me put the password in here. What we're going to talk about today is offering specifically the portion about, again, being able to push up content to multiple business pages and being able to maintain them. And today in the Facebook world, in many different occasions, if I don't want to use an application like ours, it can be sometimes very arduous because you've got to log into different profiles that you have from your side, and it's very, very difficult. Let me give you a little bit of an example of that. If I'm not going to use our total social media application and go into this Engage section and utilize our Post and Leap system, I can go directly into my Facebook account from our side, and I can come in here and I can make individual posts. So let me go into a business page, and let's say that I'm adminning Battle of the Columbia as an example. So let me come in here to Battle of the Columbia. If I wanted to post up through just a standard post today that I've got, I could come in here to Facebook and make a standard post here and say what is on my mind. I could post up a photo, I could throw up an offer, and I could basically type in a post. I can add anything that I wanted here basically to the timeline and down below here, and put up anything that I wanted on this specific page. But I, as a business owner, as an example, and again, because I'm an admin of this page and I'm not the owner of Battle on the Columbia, I just help out because my son takes Taekwondo from their specific company, and I help them with their social media. But me as an admin for their specific page, I'm able to have access to their page, and so them as owners of the company, they can come in here and they can put specific posts in here, or I can basically go into our application and I can basically take individual posts and I could post up 5 days a week, or in the next 2 weeks I could basically stage out specific posts that are customized that I had written for them, or they can write and basically post up utilizing our Post and Leap system. If I don't decide to utilize our system like a drip system to basically take in and schedule out calls that I've got from my side, I'm going to basically have to put these in here. Now, there are other ways of basically coming in here and trying to schedule out calls, but really having a scheduling out posts through Facebook, but really being able to look at other things that you can basically do by being able to have a repository and sort of like a notebook where I could write which individual posts worked out well, which individual posts didn't work out well, and kind of getting used to in social media what worked well and what didn't, and really creating a library for that standpoint. And let's say I'm a florist, I'm a plumber, I'm a dentist, anybody who is very, very, very busy in their profession that would like to be able to maybe take their schedules for their social media and maybe do that on Saturday or Sunday, so I don't have to worry about when I come into work on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday running that business and worry what am I going to have to say in social media, can benefit from our tool. But some recent enhancements with our tool, and why I'm so excited about it, is before, when you went into our Engage section here, you basically saw one individual link that went to our Post and Leap section. Now what I'm able to have is 3 individual sections all separated here, where the very first section I can come in here for Post and Leap, and it will basically take me to Quick Post and Scheduler. And again, this is where I can come in here that I've got from my side, and I can benefit by coming into the post and lead that I got from my end, and I can basically see the individual sent posts. I can create a quick post by coming up here and creating a quick post. I can add a photo to my individual post by clicking add a photo. I can come in here. I could have also added an overall link to a separate one. You're not going to be able to add a photo and a link to basically the same post. But if you can basically take an overall photo that you have, that you've got, or take a link to like a YouTube video that you've got, and I can share this on multiple business pages that I've got. So I can come in here to multiple profiles that I've got from my side, and I could select multiple business pages to be able to admin. So I can come in here to the card company or ABC company or demo page, and I can basically add the very, very same post to all these different companies. Well, the problem has been is, let's say that I don't want to add the same post to multiple companies. Let's say that Battle in the Columbia is a martial arts page, and ABC company happens to be a company that sells a certain widget or manufactures a product, and car company basically just sells cars. And so you have all these different types of content. Well, I don't want to schedule out the same type of a post. I want to be very specific in social media when it comes to the type of page, like Battle in the Columbia, and basically making sure I put up a martial arts type of an individual post. Well, the very first time for us, now you're able to schedule out these different types of posts and things that you've got, but I can basically manage them a lot easier with some new functionality in our auto post admin view. And this is some really great ways of being able to come in here and actually look at all the different pages that I currently admin, and me being able to go in and look at those admins of those specific pages that I've got, and being able to schedule out specific posts. So I can basically turn on and off, where I can come in here, and if I want to turn off basically a drip system, and I want to work on saying, well, my campaign that I've been starting to post to isn't working very well automatically. I want to turn this automatic posting off. Or if I basically want to look for ABC company, I want to see which posts are going to them. Now I can basically go in here and click the View Post button, and it will automatically take me into the posts specifically for that particular company, which is very exciting. So now I can see basically who had went in and updated the specific post the last time, who had made changes to it. Maybe it was me because I'm an admin of the page. I went in and I was basically taking posts for this specific page, and I went in here and I was making changes to it. This overall page is going to keep track for me when I go into that admin, who was the person that made the change to that, basically that page or that posting last. So I'm able to know, and let's say that I'm adminning the page, and I, as a social media professional, talked a company into and sold them this total social media system, and they're actually the business owner. They might want to go in and also modify their specific page themselves. They might want to go in and monitor it themselves. So they're actually able to go in and see a screen that is very similar, in that they might have fewer pages that they admin, or it might only be that single page that they admin. But the point is that now collaboratively, you as an admin of the page and them as the business owner are able to collaborate and to be able to see the individual posts and to work on them together, with both of you being on the total social media system. But now you're able to again go in here to the Engage section. I'm able to go into the admin view, and you're able to very easily see again, is it on, is it off, the time and date, when it was last updated, who was it updated by, and to be able to view those specific posts. So it's a really easy way, especially if I'm adminning a lot of different pages that I've got. You can see where you can come in here to all these different pages that I can come into that you've got, and you can see basically, is it turned on, who's adminning them, what they've got, and it's really a great way, and this has been a big update from us to change and separate all these different types of functionalities and content. The other thing that you're able to do is come in here and set your daily auto post. So being able to come in here that you've got as an overall business page owner, again, you can come in here and you can basically set the date and the time. What are your scheduled posts that you're able to go out from your side? So I can come in here and set the hour. I can set the individual business pages. that you've got. But this section is mainly meant just for the auto posts, where if you come in here that you've got the quick post and the scheduler is mainly meant for, again, just what it says here, quick post and the scheduler. But if I want to come in here and look at basically my daily auto posts that I've got, and I want to basically do that, I can come in here to my create own section. And again, I can basically add any of these things that I've created on my own, where I have a folder here called TED. I could have created individual posts myself in the quick post and schedule area, and I could have added those to a folder called TED. I could have a folder called TED, a folder called best posts, ones that were really successful posts that I might have saved to that category because they really got a lot of responses, and I could have later down the road that could help me to save. And this is one of the biggest areas where it separates you from other types of pages or other types of functionality that is standardly supplied by Facebook, is the ability to basically have you put these in different folders and save these for later use, so you can remember which posts worked out well, which ones didn't work out well, and can you repurpose those later in your social media needs or maybe for other companies. Now I can create folders and basically again save those and repurpose those later. Now let's take a look that we've basically have went through, and let's see, I got a question over here that we have. If a client buys a retail pro plan with 2 social media apps, will this allow them to manage both apps with different posts or 2 different cafes? How would I set that up? Basically that you've got each individual, if you're on the Pro Pack for a retail, that allows 2 separate logins that are tied to 2 separate Facebook accounts. And let me show you that here just briefly. That's a very, very, very good question how I did that. Imagine if this Facebook account called Ted Robbins that I've got, I came in here and I basically purchased this Facebook account. When I log into my Total Social Media application, and let me come over here to my Total Social Media application, let me close out this window. And let me go in here to my Total Social Media, into the application, just a second here. My Total Social Media. The authentication for this account when I buy 2 packages on the Pro Pack, and the usefulness for this is, let's say that I am a business owner and I own a dentistry and I own another business, and I don't want the receptionist or the person that might be handling my social media account and my dentist account, I don't want them seeing the post and being an admin and seeing the post on the other account. I only want them to see what's specifically in the dentistry account. That's a real big usefulness of buying the Pro Pack and having 2 applications. Well, when I click industry here and I go into general and I click Facebook, that's at that point when I click Facebook, that's when it says which Facebook account. You see this window popping up here? This is what basically authenticates, and it says, okay, go out to Facebook, see which Facebook account you're logged in as, and if you're logged in as Ted and you've paid for the application, let me give you access to the application. And by the way, let me see, since I know you're Ted Robbins and you're under that specific Facebook account that you've got, let me go ahead and log you in. Let me go ahead and log you in as Ted Robbins, and let me allow you to basically see all of these individual pages that you currently admin. So right now I'm adminning as Ted Robbins, as purchasing this Total Social Media application. I currently can look at all these different types of test accounts. This demo page, car company, Ted Robbins, all these different accounts here. I can basically come in here and admin all these different accounts. But let's say me as the business owner that I've got, I wanted to have another business owner, but I don't want that other business owner or maybe my manager for my other business and me purchasing the Pro Pack. I don't want him to see everything for Car Company and Demo Page or Ginger Group or Battle of Columbia. I don't want them to see all that. So let's show you how they would basically log in or how they would have access to that. Well, I just told you that access to this application was done through me logging in first as Ted Robbins, and it's tying it to your Facebook account. So the first thing I need to do is log out as Ted Robbins. So let me go ahead and log out here as Ted Robbins. Okay, now I'm logged out here for Ted Robbins, and let me close out my application here for my Total Social Media. Let me go ahead and log out here. So I'm going to basically log out completely out of this system here. So now I'm back here to the generic welcome system. So now that second application that I purchased through my Pro Pack, here's where the usefulness comes in. And let me show you. And this is really one of the cool parts of the selling parts about our Total Social Media system. If I'm going to log in here as another account, let me log in here to Facebook under another account. And when I log in here to this other system that you've got here, okay, now I'm under a complete different identity that I've got here under Facebook. And now if I log into my Total Social Media, it's going to basically take me to my front page. Now it hasn't done any authentication yet. It's just basically put me to the front page. Now what I'm going to do is go basically select General. When I click the Facebook account, it's going to go out and look now and say, okay, which Facebook account am I logged in as? And it's going to go out and say, okay, which Facebook account, and did he pay for the system? And it's going to say, yes, this account is now under Ted Blake, and this Facebook account has paid for the system, so I'm going to give you access to it. But now when I go into my Post and Leap section, and I go in and look at the admin view, I'm also able to see that I have access to the pages, and they might be the same page that the other account had access to. And in this case, it does. Notice that ABC Company was the very top company logged in under Ted Robbins under a completely different Facebook account, has access to that business page. But now me as Ted Blake coming into here, under this account here called Ted Test 3448, I only see two companies that I'm adminning. And this is really where the power of the Pro package comes into it. Because if you buy the Pro package, I can give one business entity and only give them access to one page. But right now, collaboratively, we are both working off of the same page. Now, how Ted Blake got to access that same page? First of all, this page, ABC Company, he had to go in and basically like that page, and then whoever was the creator, what happens to be me, Ted Robbins, I gave Ted Blake administrative rights to that page. So now both people are able to admin the page. And it's the same way if I walk into a flower shop and I basically want to sell them this application. When they buy it, either at the basic pack or the Pro pack, if they make me an admin of the page, we're both able to work on their Post and Leap system. I'm able to see their Post and Leap. They're able to see the Post and Leap exactly the way that I'm showing you here. When they logged in as the flower shop, if they're on the Total Social Media system, they're able, and they are actually the owner or an administrator of the page, which is basically the same thing to Facebook as that I both have administrative rights. But if I'm the owner of the page, I can set the administrative rights. But if I'm the admin of the page, now I come in here to the overall page, and now I have access to it. But the cool thing is I can come in here and I can view the overall posts and see how I can actually see the posts here. I can actually see the post as Ted Test that I've got from my side. I can see the overall posts that are down below here. I can see all these overall posts that are down below. Really a cool feature and a way to do it. Now, this also is basically the same way that when you build a page over here and you share a page by utilizing our share feature, you can actually share our overall posts or cover photos. You can share those with that overall business. So now with this new Post and Leap feature, not only are you able to collaborate now on designs for like cover photos or like coupons or things with an overall business, now I'm able to collaborate as an administrator with Post and Leap as an overall person. So I hope that was able to answer your question, John, but it's really a good question. But you see now how I've logged out as an overall Facebook user and I've logged in. Now, if I was a new business, one of your questions, John, was how does that person get access to the Total Social Media system? Maybe they're new to it. They're going to be asked for their username and password, which if I'm a retail person, they set that username and password when they purchased our application. They're going to enter that right after they click their step number 2. So if they come back here and they click their industry, as soon as they click this Facebook icon, if they haven't already typed in their username and password, it's going to ask them for their username and password at that point. And let's say that you wanted to share one of your Pro Packs. Let's say I'm a Pro Pack buyer today and I wanted to give this to a business as an incentive for my first business that I'm going to sign up. I would basically just give them my username and password that I would use to log into your back office today, and that would allow them to get access to the app. But you first tell them, first log into your Facebook account, which I've done here. Then tell them to go to mytotalsocialmedia.com, which I did. Like you come over here, let me close this out here. You say pull up another web browser and go to mytotalsocialmedia.com. That'll take them to this page. You say select your industry, click the Facebook icon. It'll ask you for your username and password. You've given that to them, and it automatically will allow them into the application. Super cool. Really, really, really neat. And again, being able to now collaboratively work on individual posts and things that you've got, being able to see, did that client, did they update the post and what are they, is what I basically just showed you here, where again, you can come in here and when you click this and you go into the post and leave, you can see what they were able to do. That is really, again, a lot of the power of the overall system with our overall system. If one person wants to manage, got another question here. If one person wants to manage 2 cafe pages with 2 different posts from one page, is that person required to buy 2? No, you can admin as many pages as you want. It's completely unlimited. And this is one of the things, if I get your question here properly, John, if one person wants to manage 2 cafe pages with 2 different posts from one page, is that possible? Yes, not just 2, it's unlimited. So if I basically want to come in here, and right now there's 2 business pages under this admin. I happen to have one business page called Ted Blake, and the other business page is called ABC Company. I can basically manage 2 completely separate campaigns now with 2 different posts to 2 different pages, but they're through one basic package which costs $50 through us. And so you can basically come in here for $50. I can manage unlimited pages that I can create and manage, which is really invaluable, that you've got a lot of different companies or competitors will not only allow you or limit you to pages that you can create, but you can now have unlimited cover photos, unlimited business pages and coupons that I can basically create to as many unlimited profiles as I want. And now I can manage unlimited posts to each one of those individual business pages that I basically want to create. Now, if that business, let's say I go into a flower shop. Now I can admin for that flower shop that I've got, John. I can admin these posts and automatically do that if they make me an admin without any additional cost to that flower shop. But if that flower shop also wants to come in and wants to have access and collaborate with the building system and with everything that I'm showing you here, they are going to have to buy that themselves or utilize one of the 2 applications that come with the Pro Pack. They're going to have to basically, you're going to have to give them one of them that you've got, or they're going to have to buy their own. But when they do that, you can see what I showed you here today, where they're able to have a certain portion of the page which they're able to see their part, and then you're able to see your part. So me as a social media professional, I can go in and I can manage unlimited pages. I can manage 100 pages, 1,000 pages, and post content to them and work with them, all for that low price for our application. So the value of what I'm showing you here, that combined with being able to put up unlimited sweepstakes, so I'm able to put up unlimited sweepstakes, unlimited cover photos, unlimited business pages, unlimited posts and items to manage those overall page. It's invaluable, and certainly for what we're asking for it, there's so much more value than what we have with this overall system than what we're asking for the monthly cost. And again, I hope, John, that was able to answer your question. That really concludes our presentation today. I hope you're able to get some value and really understand from what I've shown you here by logging into 2 separate Facebook accounts, having access and being able to see the same Post and Leap library, but it was able to show me 2 different admins, and the way that we've been able to separate with the new functionality, how your quick posts and schedulers are separate. Now with this cool admin panel, and then you're able to set your daily auto post, how we've now separated those into different sections, and now it's extremely powerful, and it's just absolutely fantastic. Why should anyone buy 2 apps on the Pro plan? Because you're able to now, if I have 2 businesses, John, from my side, and let's say I go back to that example, John, why should somebody buy 2 applications? Imagine if I own 2 businesses, and I'm a business owner and I own 2 businesses. One business is a dentistry and another business is a plumbing business. And I don't want my person that's adminning at the desk, and I'm not going to be doing it. I'm the business owner. I don't want to handle the social media. I want to basically have this app, and I'm going to give it to my person who's the receptionist or the person that's inside my dentistry business. I want them to manage their posts, their admin, their coupons, their offer, everything themselves. I want them to basically monitor it themselves. And then I got my plumbing business, and I want that plumbing business, or I want some guy, the receptionist of my plumbing business, I want them to basically monitor their social media existence. I want them to monitor their page, but I don't want them to come in here and to be able to view the post and to be able to change. Now, right now, the only way I was able to get into this app, the only way I was able to change the content or design a page or to change the cover photo, the only way that you can basically separate these two is to have them on separate apps and to log in with different Facebook identities. So me as a Pro Pack person, or a person that has 2 separate businesses, now to your question, John, and to your point, if I'm managing all the social media myself and I'm doing all the heavy lifting, there is no point in purchasing the Pro Pack. If I'm doing it all myself that I've got, and I don't care because there's no other logins, I'm not giving anybody else any logins from my side, there's no purpose. There's no reason in spending more than the $50 a month. But if I have separate logins that I have from my side, now I'm able to give them, and I'm able to show only certain pages and only certain content and only certain saved pages. Maybe I'm creating certain coupons and different things myself. When I come over here to the design section, John, and I come over here to the coupons and the pages, if I give the plumbing company and the dentistry company, if I give them a login, first of all, they're both going to have access and log in through the same Facebook account. So both of them are going to have to log into that same Facebook account. Then they're basically going to have to log into this same app, and they're both going to have access to post pages up to both those different businesses. And as a business owner, I might want that. I don't want my dentistry company to come in here and to accidentally post something up to another business page. I don't want any chance of that happening. And it's worth it for me as a business owner for $50 a month to have completely separate campaigns and to completely keep those separate from my side. I don't want them to touch each other at all. I don't want them to see the different pages. I don't want them to have the ability to alter those individual pages or existence or coupons or anything. I want to keep them completely separate. And that's really the purpose and the power of the Pro Pack and having 2 separate individual logins or pages. Or me as a social media reseller, I might want to incentivize my first testimonial client. I might want to use my second Pro Pack and give it away. So you don't have to sign up that first company. If I go into the first business and you say, let me show you how valuable this solution is, I can give away my very first Pro Pack, my very first, for them being my, not really your guinea pig that you've got, but being the person that's going to be more palatable towards you working with them in social media because they realize that you might be newer to it as an admin. But I can give them that very first app and they can be my testimonial. So I can say, hey, if I've got another business that if I give you this first app and I work with you in being a social media professional, if I get another business that I want to buy the Total Social Media app, can I have them call you and will you be a testimonial for me? And so I've seen a lot of people that have used that strategy successfully where they basically have given away that Pro Pack app from their side to this business. That business has been their testimonial business, and they've used that business as an anchor business to bring on other clients and other people. So again, John, I hope that's been able to answer your question. Is there any other questions that are out there today? If not, we're going to basically end this webinar today. And again, I hope it's been very useful on one level or another to describe how useful this particular new Post and Leap functionality can be for everybody. Yeah, John, it really gets, because there's so many different angles from this side, John. Thank you for your comments. But yeah, there are many different angles specifically if how you're going to basically sell it, how you're basically going to give it away, what access, and it really comes down to, John, real simply, the access to what people see. If you don't care what people see and you don't care them logging into this app, you or maybe another administrator that you've got, because maybe me as an administrator from my side, John, or a business owner, I maybe don't want to do as a business owner. Don't want to do all this work. I want to give Sally, Joe, or Bill access to help me, and I want them to post up. But I don't want them to log into my Facebook page in order to get access to this app all the time. Me as the person who's overseeing everything, I basically want to see everything that's going on, but I don't want to do all the heavy lifting. And I don't want them to see all the other pages that I'm adminning or other stuff that I'm doing. And so I want them to have their own login to their own Facebook page, but I want them to only see what I want them to see. And in that case is really where the Pro package kicks in, because I can give them access to their Facebook page, but I only want to give them access to what I want them to see. And like in this case, I only want them to see one of the pages that I'm adminning. I want them to see only ABC Company in this particular case. So again, it can be very, very useful in the authorization of rights, what I want them to be able to see, what I want them to be able to admin, and so I don't want them to really screw up other areas or to see or to be able to manipulate other content in these other areas. So it really comes down to what rights I want to be able to give people. And do I really want to do all the heavy lifting myself? Because if I'm doing all the work and doing all the heavy lifting and all the page creations, all the daily postings and all the stuff, it really doesn't matter to me. But as soon as I get somebody else involved, I don't want to give them my Facebook access to my account that I've got from my side and have them log in through my Facebook account to get access to this app. And again, that's really where these second accounts and where this Pro Pack really comes into play. So again, thanks everyone for being on the webinar. It's been a really great webinar, really great questions, John, for being able to come in here. Really appreciate everyone being on this call today, and we'll see you in the next webinar. Thanks so much.